look at a summary. Now, sometimes a summary can seem quite difficult and daunting, but it isn't. A summary is actually where you need to get marks. All of you should get 10 out of 10 for a summary because it's the easiest in the whole of the paper. Right, let's move on to the next one. Let me just see. Oops, there we go. The question is how to attempt a summary. What do we do? When you see this is now my question and it says summary, what do you have to do first? What is the first step that you have to take when you do a summary? Now, firstly, before you read anything, before you read the summary, first of all, you read your instructions carefully. You must know exactly what is expected of you in that question. Then when you start reading your question, you must make sure that you highlight your key points. In other words, what is important, what information in your question is important, you highlight or you underline or you circle. And then you also underline or highlight your task and your question words, because you need to be very sure that you understand what you should do. What is the question asking from you? I've just put down an example quickly. An example of an instruction at a summary can be, summarize the passage about saving water in 60 words. You have to present a speech about how to save water. Then you highlight summarize because that's what you need to do. What does summarize mean? It means the whole of the passage, you read that, but you only take out, you only extract the important information. And what information do we want? We want saving water. We want how to save water. So when you read, then you have to look for those facts. We'll come to that in the next slide. Step 2, now you go to reading your passage. You've already read your instructions now, and you know, I must now look for facts, and it's always 7 facts. You must make sure that you have 7 facts from that. So basically, you're going to look for 7 tips or ways to save water when you have a passage about saving water. So now you know what is expected of you. You can read the passage and you can scan for information. What does that mean? You just read as you read, and there's information that is not about how to save water. You ignore that because that's not what you're looking for. And as you read, then look for the facts that you need, and then you highlight or you underline those facts, all the facts on how you are saving water, and number them if you want to. In other words, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great, then I know I have 7 different facts or tips that I can put in my speech about how to save water. And as I said, they're important. Remember, 7 facts. Remember, it's 7 plus 3, and then it gives you 10, a mark out of 10. So you must find the facts, 7 of them. The next one, now you've underlined and you've looked at everything. You can quickly do a rough draft. You don't have to write a long rough draft. What do? You've now underlined, you've numbered the facts. Make a list of the important points that you found when you read the passage. So number 1, just quickly, what did I say? Number 2, up to number 7. And then when you've done that, you've got all your 7 points. Then basically, you must now remember your summary must be written in your own words. So what does that imply? Own words only means that it must not be 100% exactly word for word as in the passage. If you change the word order a little bit, or you take words out that is not important, like extra descriptives, if they say it's a massive colossal, then you're just going to say it's massive. You're going to take out that word. So you must make it less. You must reduce the words to fit into 60 words. So what you do then, you start changing them into your own words. And also when you do that, don't try and find out the wheel and try to change it totally, because then you may write something that isn't really a fact anymore, or you change it in such a way that nobody's going to understand what you're saying. So take what you have, change it a little bit, and then it's not a quote anymore. Then it's your own words. And please make sure when you've written that down that you are within the word count of 60. If your word count says 60, you must have 60 words. If it says 70, you must have 70 words. Count them. Make sure that you don't go over the word count. Because what happens if you do? Then the person marking will count your words, come to 60 words, they will draw a red line, and they will ignore the rest. They're not going to mark that. They're only allowed to mark up to 60 words. So please make sure that you do that. Practice once or twice so you can see this is how I need to do this. And when you have done all of this, you've checked, you've put it more or less in your own words, your word count is okay, then you have done everything. And now only do you just write your final summary. Now, the final summary, you are now ready to write the final. What must you remember when you write your final part? You must write in a full sentence. So you can't just write a telegram style or just one or two words. It must be full sentences. You must have 7 facts. So the best way to do this is you number your facts, number 1, and you write your fact. And then even skip a line, number 2, and you write your fact. It looks neater and it's easier to mark for the teachers. Remember, teachers also get tired. And then if it's a total mess, you get negative. So do it neatly. You number them, number 1, number 2, up to number 7. Skip a line in between. And make sure that you have 1 fact per line. So make sure you've got 7 facts, number your facts, and write them down. And then at the end of your summary, you write down the number of words. And please don't cheat, because teachers are supposed to count them. And if you look at the passage just like that, when you're a teacher, you've got magic. You can sort of see, this one is too long. They say 60 words, but this is 70. And when you start counting, then obviously we are going to mark only up to 60 words. So please don't try and cheat on this one. But please make sure as well that you have your 7 facts, that you understand what the topic asks of you. And do the rough planning. Write down the facts that you have, change them, and then when you come to your final, you've done everything else. Now you must only go and take them together, number them, and write them out neatly. Right, sorry, I did the wrong one there. That is basically a summary. A summary can't take very long, but before I go off, I just want to give you an example. Remember what I said is that when you read the sentence, you must change that sentence a little bit so that it's not exactly the same, because then it's not a quote anymore. So I'm going to read you a sentence quickly. The sentence is, leaps from horseback, dramatic sword fights, escape from fires, car crashes. These exciting sequences in the cinema are called stunts. We all know what that is. Now, it's a very long sentence. You must see what is important there. Do they want to know all those different things? No, they don't. So all you are going to say is, many exciting, you can use the word sequences, in movies are called stunts. And then they say they look really dangerous on screen and many are dangerous to perform, but a stunt must be safe, as safe as possible. How do you make that shorter? It's also an important point, for example. Then you can just say stunts can be really dangerous on screen, but there are many safety measures, or it must be safe. Then you shorten it and then it will fit into the number of words. Right, that is my story for today. I trust that you are now summary experts. You'll be able to do this. Please do well in your exam, study hard, and also remember to please sign the attendance register, because it's very important for us to have the information. Thank you very much. Have a lovely afternoon.